guys. I'm doing this video this way because I look terrible. I think I look terrible. I'm on my way to the doctor, and I just threw on, you know, a big old Lion King t-shirt. So I'm just gonna take it from this angle. Let you see a little scenery as I go. But oh my goodness, I gotta tell you, if it doesn't snow or something and kill off all this wildlife that's left over, I'm moving. I'm gonna have to move to, like, I don't know, because I come out to just a few minutes ago, let Angel out in the backyard, and what we do is I come out the front door and then we go around the back. I don't know, she seems to like it better that way. She behaves better that way, so anything to keep her from dashing off into the woods is, you know. So I come down the stairs, and we have like these paving stones that need to be fixed, so they're kind of like the second set of stairs, they're kind of like flat. They have a lot of, I guess what they call low rise. I don't know. Anyway, I look down because there's two cement stones, you know, on the, like, it's like a ledge, and then there's two cement stones. And I see what I think is a tire, a bicycle tire. And then I know it can't be a bicycle tire underneath the steps. That doesn't make sense. And then it kind of writhed itself, and I said, it's a snake. I can't. I've lived here in this particular, I used to live, when I first moved up here, I lived in an apartment in more, you know, like towards like where there's like stores and like, you know, strip malls, and, you know, the train station is there. You know, it's more like I can't say city because it's not. It's like, it's still, but it's more habitat, I don't know, more populated and more stuff going on there. And then I moved here to, like, what you see here is the woods, and you know, the nearest store, you know, we have one supermarket in town, and then the nearest, like, the Walmart is like 15-20 minutes away. There's two of them within 20 to 30 minutes away. And so I've been living here since the end of I moved my parents in the end of 2005, like the beginning of December. Because I sold their house first, and there was a contingent plan of getting, it was a mess. Anyway, that has nothing to do with the story. Anyway, so like 6 years, okay? In 6 years, I have never seen as much creatures and cremin and vermin than I have this year. I can't take it. I just can't take it. A snake? Now what if he gets inside the house? Oh, it's not even that I'm, you know, like that I think that it's going to do something to me. I will do something to myself trying to get away from it. That's the problem. That's the problem. I'll be knocking heads, falling down. Before I even realize what I'm doing, I will have hurt myself. Oh, because at this point, when I saw a snake, I left Angel and ran to close the front door because I didn't want him to go inside. And I'm outside. Lord Jesus, Lord Jesus. Now, I know my neighbors think I'm crazy because all they saw was me come outside, if they could see me, because you can't see the two neighbors on either side of me. They can't see me, but the neighbor across the street, he could glimpse me. I'm wearing a bright yellow t-shirt. So you see this big yellow thing coming out, and then you hear me saying, Lord Jesus, and then clomping back up the stairs, closing the door, Lord Jesus, and then clomping back down the stairs. You know, I don't even know. I don't know. And my father's like, you know what this is all about? This is about the warm winter. Yeah, I know it's about the warm winter, but that is not helping me right now because we're in the end of July, and we still got like another month and a half, maybe more, of this weather. Because last year, it stayed warm. It did snow in October, but that was the only time that it snowed. Well, no, it did snow. No, that was the big snow. It was October, and then it was kind of like, you know, teetering on cold, but it never stayed cold for any long period of time. And usually, we're snow here from, like, you know, Halloween to sometimes Easter. You know, you still see snow on the ground. So this has been just weird. Here's some cornfields. I don't know how many of you are interested in the cornfields. I mean, you know, as you can see, like, there's nothing interesting, you know. If I went the other way, you would saw like a couple of stores. There's actually, we have a McDonald's, but I'm going to Old Barn. I'm going to the doctor over by Papa's house. And hey, I forgot to find out what time he's gonna be home because I might be over there. But anyway, yeah, what was I saying? Oh, so I'm going over there. But crazy weather. It's crazy weather. It's hot and humid. It stormed last night. Like, oh, it sounded like a freight train. It sounded like what I would imagine. Storms don't usually wake me up, but it sounded like what I would like. It was like the end of the world. I was just like, this sounds like the end of the world because it was just this great roar. And I don't know whether there were. I didn't get a chance to look at the news because I got up late and I started doing some work. And I just turned the TV on like maybe 5 minutes before I left. And of course, I was watching Criminal Minds. That's my show. So, yeah, I was watching Criminal Minds. So I didn't see any news, but I don't know. That sounded like a freight train. It was crazy. I'm very rambly today. I don't feel connected to my head. I did some work, a little bit of work this morning, not a lot. I'm going to work all day tomorrow. I really have to make up some hours. Now I'm going into this little town, the next town over from me. And this is where the speed limit is 30. And if you do 31, because they don't have anything else to do, you're going to get pulled over. Do you know how fast you going? Even though they don't have a southern accent, I give it to them. But this is a very interesting town because you have these new houses here, which I don't know if I can get. Oh, shoot. You have like these new houses here. And it's really an old, poor town. So, like, on the outskirts, they have all these new houses that were built, and people from the city, move up, and then they commute, which I used to do. It was a 5-hour round trip. But then you have all these little, tiny little houses that are old, and the people are really still kind of poor because there's no place to work here. I mean, there really isn't. Orange County's big industry is healthcare. I mean, how many people can you have in healthcare? So it's Orange County is sort of like one of the last. Orange and Sullivan and Ulster are the furthest. Okay, the police just went by. Is he gonna stop me for having that camera? Because you never know with these nuts. It's one of the furthest bedroom communities. With like you call them bedroom communities because only you come home and you can just go to sleep because that's all the time you have. You got people that get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and they don't get back home until 8 o'clock at night. I was one of those people because, I had to commute and it's what you have to do. So, this little town here, though, the people that actually live in this town, that are not commuters, there's not a lot of places to work here. So, they got little local areas. And I used to work in one of the little local businesses here. But it's hard. It's one of the, the economy, this is where the economy hits, and it's really visible. It's not really visible when you go into New York City or, some of the bigger cities because some of the, the industries, the businesses that are there, they're not going anywhere. They're big corporations, But here, it's not bad like, oh, goodness, the town is falling apart. But, having lived here for a little bit of time, I can see that there's a struggle, See certain businesses close and others opening, and see like this place here is like a pawn shop, and it never used to have a lot of business. Now there's always people in and out of there because people that's how they're living. They got to take stuff in one week and come back and try to get it the next. This is Main Street, believe it or not, and we're almost out of this town. We're almost out. We're almost out of this town. We're going into another town. But, the economy is I say almost on every video, if you got little shekels, you got a couple of dollars, hold on to your few shekels because it can flip in a second. The way these things, just, a couple of major home problems, a couple of major medical problems, a couple of, those of us that I have insurance. There are a lot of people that I know that don't have insurance. I have a very, that friend that I was telling you about, I'd have to check on her today, but it turns out she has to have a full hysterectomy. Now, she was left with money because her husband was killed years ago on the job in the city in an accident. So she had, a few million that was settled because it was found to be neglect. I really don't even know the details of it. But I know that there was a trust fund for her daughters, and then you know, she gets like a stipend every month from the estate, but she doesn't have insurance. So she has to make like, you know, financing to get a hysterectomy. You know, so it's like we're taking a lot for granted. This is just, we just got to be so careful and so thankful and blessed for what we have, and you know, if we're healthy and if we can, you know, get from point A to point B. Like I said, I drive an old car, but it gets me. I got 130,000, 135, 181 on the odometer, and I pray every day that she turns over and I can get where I gotta go, because we're in some times right now. You know, my girl Rose and her husband out there in California. Husband just got laid off. You know, I pray for them every day that, you know, they'll be able. But you know what I love about her is that she never knows. She's always got a smile on her face. I learn from her. I try to take strength from her. I try to take strength from those. I was just watching a video by Philly's Jam Poet. Oh wow, what an eloquent speaker she is. I mean, it's so refreshing to be on YouTube and see somebody and then have them talk and they speak. You know, they're not just, you know, they're not using slang. You know, they're not, you know, there's not a whole lot of mess. They're just like, you know, to convey, you know, there's a place for that, because please, I talk a lot of mess, but she was trying to convey something, and in her conveying that, she wasn't using words. You know, some people use words. I was watching, I don't even know who this was. I would never call him out anyway. Why did I even say that? But this is somebody I hadn't watched before, and they're using words that don't even make sense. They don't even, these words are in the wrong context, just to use big words. You know, keep it simple. You don't have to have, you know, $18 words to make a point. But anyway, Philly's Jam Poet, she is so eloquent and speaks so well, and you understand, and she really, what she was saying was so true and rang so true that I could hear it. You know, it was so transparent. It was just wonderful. You got to check her out. I have her favorited. It's one of this 2-part video, and one is chicken soup and gumbo for the hater's soul, and she really put like a good spin and a nice a message about hating, and us saying this word hater and what it actually means. And you know, check her out. I'm not going to tell you what she said. Check her out. The other thing that I wanted to say is, I'm getting ready to get to 15 minutes, but there's another saying. Haters is one saying that I wish could be banished from the American language, or from any language. And the phrase, at the end of the day. I am so sick of hearing people say, well, at the end of the day, and at the end of the day, and at the end of the day. It's almost like it's become, I don't even understand. It's like an epidemic. And it just, everybody is saying it. You watch these reality shows at the end of the day. You watch YouTube at the end of the day, at the end of the day. And where did this come from? I mean, I've heard people say it before. I've said it before, but never to this magnitude. What is it that these phrases come out and people just latch onto them and then lose anything else creative to say? So instead of saying, you know, when it all works out, or when, you know, when all's said and done, or, you know, switch it up a little bit. At the end of the day, just one of my peeves. I guess I need to maybe get a cup of coffee. I don't know if you can see me. Can you see me? Let's see. I'm wasting time. Anyway, I'm at 13 minutes. I still got another few minutes to go. As you can see, there's not a damn thing to see the whole ride. There's nothing to see. No stores, nothing. Look, this gas station closed. All the small businesses are going. All that's available over there. It's just crazy what's happening. The bigger cities of Florida, you know, they're still hanging on, but us little country towns are suffering. Anyway, that's it. Maybe I'll be on later. Maybe not. Love you all. Namaste.